Okay, welcome to this live stream. I do my best to start on time. It's already 2 minutes past the hour. Let's know who you are if you're on the chat. If you're in this live stream, let's know who you are and say something. Let's know where you're streaming in from. What country are you streaming in from? As hopefully most of you know, I am based in the United States, streaming in from the East Coast. And so in terms of time, I'm behind most of the world. The United States is behind in time. And Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, you're all hours ahead. So thank you for joining me this your Saturday afternoon. It's still Saturday morning here. And today, I just want to spend some time. I'm actually on the wrong screen. Today, I just want to spend some time going over the topic of this live stream is coin analysis, to buy or not to buy. To buy or not to buy. Because whatever Bitcoin does, most of the other altcoins are doing. And so it's important for us to really understand Bitcoin, its price action, and try to use the charts to hopefully predict what it wants to do next, because it's in the prediction that you make money. And I've got my chart up here. Now I'm on the 4 hourly, so it's always good when you start your analysis to start from the weekly. Or not so much the weekly, I like to start from the weekly, but it's good to start from the higher time frame. So your monthly, your weekly, and then to work your way down. Oh, okay. So look at what we got here. It's very, very obvious what we have here. We have a breakout of my white triangle, a rectangle, which I think I've had this rectangle up a couple of weeks now. And it just shows that area of consolidation where Bitcoin has been consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, call it 5, 6 weeks. This candle that we're looking at, this last red candlestick, is going to close tomorrow, Sunday. Now, if you're from the far, far, far east, it's probably, let me think. No, it's not yet tomorrow. It's not yet Sunday where you are. It'll be like 10 p.m. Saturday night. Okay, so tomorrow, Sunday, this candlestick is going to close. It can still close. Anything is possible. This candlestick we're looking at could possibly still close green if it goes above this upper part of the rectangle. But we're not asking for too much. All we really need from this candlestick, this weekly candlestick, is for it to close back above, first of all, above this yellow line. Now, this yellow line here is a 50% Fibonacci line. It is such an important level. Very important, because it shows 50% of the price swings from the lowest point of price action to the highest point. Let me change this a little bit. Yes. And so, yeah, that's better. Right on this yellow line, right now, price action has fallen below it. In 2 words, 3 words, that's not good. So that's the first thing that's not good. It's not good for the bulls, but it's great for the bears. So people who make their money from the downward price action, this is their time. The second thing that makes it not so good on the weekly, we're still on the weekly chart, is this death cross. So this here, I have my 10 EMA and my 20 EMA, and they have crossed. So the smaller the smaller EMA has crossed below the larger one. That is not good. Again, that indicates more downward price action. But what else are we going to look at on this weekly? You know, there's one more thing I probably want to show on this weekly before I move down to the smaller time frames. If I go to, I'll come out of this for a second so I can pick up my Heiken Hashi. I'll say that properly. My Heiken Ashi candles. So the Heiken Ashi candles, I have made a video on it, and it's just a form of another type of candlestick formation, or candlestick presentation is the word, that shows trend. And I have switched to my Heiken Ashi candles. And if you look to the left where you see the green, every time you wake up and you see a green, your Heiken Ashi candles are telling you, well, this trend is going to continue in the same manner. So green, green, a little area of indecision here, but more green, more green. But if we look at this doji candle up here, it is a Heiken Ashi candle, but it's already showing indecision. So at this point, indecision, anything could sway the price action higher or lower than the previous high and previous lows. And so for the past, this looks like, let's call it 2 months, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 2 months, we've been seeing these red Heiken Ashi candles. Of course, there's this exception here, but that didn't do much because, again, the downward trend continued. The question is, with the week starting Monday, are we going to have a smaller Heiken Ashi candle? Because the smaller they are, then the closer we are to a trend reversal. And but right now it's looking very red. Okay, no problem. We're not confused right now as to what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is wanting to dump some more. The only question our analysis can answer is, to what extent does it want to dump, 1, and 2, at what point is it more likely to reverse? If I go down to my dailies, now the daily can tell you quite a bit. I like the daily. I don't know. All time frames are awesome. All time frames have their purpose. But the daily, I mean, you cannot start your trading day, if you are a day trader, you cannot start your trading day without looking at your daily. You want to know, what's happened in the past couple of days. Now, again, I have my rectangle, which is a rectangle I drew some weeks ago to indicate the consolidation, the sideways movement of Bitcoin. So sideways movement, can be good and can be bad. It just depends on which side of the fence you are. But generally speaking, sideways action is generally good because it's a period of accumulation. There's a lot of buying going on. Both the buyers and the sellers are still trying out the phase of accumulation, trying to figure out whether the price action is going to dump some more or whether it's going to break out above the current levels. I want to increase this. Let me increase this. Yes, it's good to zoom in, and then there we go. Okay, so in this area of consolidation, which has been about 20th of May, and where are we? May, June. So for at least a month, Bitcoin hasn't done any major moves. It has attempted at this point, point 1, point 2, point 3, and point 4. It has attempted to come out of this area of consolidation, but each time it has gone back. Now I need to be sure I'm still in Heiken Ashi. So no, we don't want to keep on our analysis with Heiken Ashi candles. So we go to regular candles. Let's do that. Heiken Ashis are just purely good, just to let you know the trend, like what's going on with trend. We don't want to be doing any more analysis with our Heiken Ashis than that. We've seen that the trend is still downwards, and we're looking and hoping for a break in trend. So we'll start that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at 4 different points in this 1 month accumulation phase, Bitcoin has actually attempted to let's make this, to actually dump, like fully dump. But each time, now this is so important, each time the price action has, like, this support level has upheld price every single time during this dump. That's how you know that this level is a strong level. The 50% price level on the Fibonacci lines or Fibonacci retracements tend to present as a very strong support. And even if we didn't know that, just looking at what's gone on at this point, you can see the strength of this level. And moving further back to earlier this year, we see the same thing going on right at this point. I'll draw another rectangle right at this point where we have this accumulation going on. Okay, I'll do that again. We have the accumulation going on right there. Again, 6 months ago, can you believe it's already 6 months into this new year? It doesn't, well, it is a new year, but it doesn't feel like a new year anymore. But 6 months ago, on its way up, Bitcoin did a little sideways movement around here, supported by the 50% Fibonacci level. And no surprise that it's doing the same thing 6 months later. So this is what we want. If you're bullish, you're a bullish trader, this is what you want. Also, if you're a long-term investor, we want price to be upheld by this very strong support. And so far, it is doing that. Now, I'm going to zoom in even closer. We're still on the 1 day. I'm going to zoom in even closer because remember, we're doing a bit of coin analysis here. So zooming in even closer, this candlestick is our daily candlestick. It has broken below the 50% Fibonacci level, but all is not lost because we need it not to close below the 50% Fibonacci level. And I think this is going to be the game changer. Every time price action came down, nothing closed below our 50% fib until today. Until today, guys. But the beauty of it is yesterday attempted to come down to it and it ricocheted back up. So that is good. It got rejected at this 50% fib. Today, not so great because it's broken down, but it's a daily candlestick. It doesn't close for another, I don't know, 12 hours, 14 hours. So all I can say is at this point, it really is 50-50. I'd love to see anybody, if you guys know anybody who can predict what's going to happen with Bitcoin, please put the name of that YouTuber or wherever it is, the organization that are predicting exactly what's going to happen to Bitcoin in the next 24 hours. I'd love to hear their analysis because everything's up for grabs. But according to the Fibonacci retracement, these levels, going below the 50% is never a good sign because when price action is heading up, we need to expect retracements, but we don't want it retracing down below the 50%. Once it drops like more than halfway down, it's already, the price action, the previous trend, then that is never a good sign. But look at what is forming even as we speak. Can you see this? So what we're going to do is we're going to go further down to a smaller time frame. Now we see this wick is going to present itself as green candlesticks on smaller time frames. Let's go down to the, let's go down to the, I think we'll go down to the 1 hour. But before we go down to the 1 hour, I still want to stay on this daily a little longer because I haven't talked about my moving averages, my EMAs. I use the exponential moving averages. And right now we see the blue and the yellow, and these are the 10 and the, no, let me see. This is the 10 and the 20. Yes, I have my 10 and my 20. Price action is below both of them, and so that's not good. Period. When your price action is below, I'm just giving you we're moving in now. No, we're zooming out. There. Price action has been below these two moving averages since a little over a month ago. So at the point at which they death crossed, here is 11th of May, about 6 weeks ago. If you were in any trades, you're a day trader, a scalper, whatever it is, that's the time to exit, because that's what a death cross means. And how long we stay below the moving averages is nothing that EMAs can tell you. The only thing we do with the EMAs, these two levels, the 10 and the 20 EMA, is we want to be sure that price action is on the right side. So if you're bullish, you want your price action, or you want to enter into a trade when your price action is above your EMAs. And once your price action drops below the EMAs, as it has been below the EMAs for the past 5 weeks, then I'll get rid of this. That's my Telegram group. Normally I remember to mute it when I go live, but I didn't remember that today. So hopefully there's not too much activity on that group right now. So here we are, we're still on the daily, and we're oscillating around the 50%. So I still will say it's 50-50 on that. You know what is this season we're going through is good for? It's good for dollar cost averaging. So I want you to read up on dollar cost averaging if you're not familiar with that term, but all it is you are buying into a security as a price goes down. I'm just trying to explain it in a nutshell. So if you entered into a security, say at $50, and it goes against you, so now price action is trending down to $40, $20, and so on, and you don't want to sell, or you've been caught holding the bag, then the best thing you can do at that point is keep on buying, but at the lower costs. And so for those of you who wanted to get into Bitcoin when it was scooting past 50K and scooting past 60K, come on now. What are we at now? What's the price? 31,000. I mean, you're getting it for 50% off, literally 50% off. So this is the best time to buy. And remember, we're talking about to buy or not to buy. Like, what do we do? For me personally, I'm buying. And actually, a little tip here with some of my exchanges, a couple of my exchanges, Gemini being one of them, what I do is I set up recurring buys. And so I'll buy little amounts of some of my coins, especially Bitcoin. I do the same thing with Ethereum. I do the same thing with Doge. What else? I'm not sure what else, but what I do is I'll just set up the recurring buy. So you can set it up to buy a set amount every so often. For me, I think I do it every 2 weeks maybe, or something like that. It just differs. And it's little amounts that aren't going to really break the bank. Little amounts I'm buying every couple of weeks. And so that is one of the things you can be doing at such a time as this. Let's go down. We'll go down a little bit more to let's try the 4H. So the 4 hourly time frame also is a very important time frame. Of course, you're zeroing in on what's going on, but the 4 hourly time frame is halfway through half the day, or a quarter way through a 24-hour period. And so there's so much you can discern from that. So let me see, expand it a little bit. I've lost my cursor right now. There it is. Okay, so this is what I want to do. So here we have on the 4 hour. By the way, oh, hi Tony, it's good to see you. By the way, I would appreciate that you hit that like button. It's very important during live streams that according to the YouTube algorithm, that there is a form of engagement going on during the live stream, As you can see during the live stream, I do pretty much all the talking, and the only way I can have a conversation with you is by you hitting the like button or commenting in the comment box. And that's fine if you don't have anything to comment, you don't want to tell us where you're zooming in, live streaming in from, you don't want to tell us what you're trading or anything. I have no questions. At least you can hit that like button. That's the end of my commercial break. Yes. And so I think it's important what we're doing right now, because there's just a lot of speculation out there over what is going on with Bitcoin. For those of us who were trading Bitcoin in 2017, 2018, we went through this. I was almost completely new to crypto at the time, and it was a bull run. If we keep looking back, well, we're on the 4 hour now, so it'd be hard to go all the way back, but this is probably a part of it. It was a bull run. You woke up every day and the charts were green. But when that thing decided to retrace, it was a mighty retracement. And I got hit as a newbie. I got hit. I really got hit. Hopefully I'm a little more seasoned now. And the whole point of my channel also is to help some of you who are starting off, so you can learn some of the things that I wish I had learned when I was starting out. But let's look at this. Let's look at this. What are we? We're on the 4 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour chart. Let me try and, I want to get some depth. Forgive me. Honey, I'm on a live stream right now. I'm on a live stream. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so you know what I want to pull out from this? I made a video, I forget what it's titled, double bottoms and double tops. And these are candlestick formations that you really want to be looking out for when you're trading. The beauty of the double bottom or the double top. In this case, I see a double bottom. It's just so clear. 1, 2, 3. And after we've retested this 50% yellow line, this is what we're looking for in a double bottom. We're looking for that completion of that W formation. Is that what? Talk to me. Do you think this is likely that we can bounce and continue to bounce? Because the question now is, yes, we can form the W up to the neck, which is right here. We got the neck of the W. To be honest, from where I drew it is there. There's another neck of a W here. Okay. So really what we want, and even another one right here, we can take another W right here, another neck there. So this first orange line, we want to see price action break above the neck to complete that W formation and to authenticate the presence of this W formation. Okay, so the fact that we have price action testing these lows, that is good. It's tested it once and it's tested it twice. This is good. So we've had some not so good prognosis. By looking at the weekly, we saw a death cross. Coming further down the daily, we saw price action dumping out of the rectangle. Now we're down on the 4H. I'm seeing a double bottom with this, which is this W formation, which is a bullish signal. Let me know what you think. I put out a poll this morning, and I think I simply said something like, are you bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? So I'd love to see the result of that poll. It usually takes a few days for the polls to be, for there to be response, any kind of decent response from the polls. So we'll see. Me, I can talk about what I am. And in the short term, of course, it is looking bearish, guys. It really is in the short term, because we've looked at the 4H, we've looked at the daily, and we've looked at the weekly. You always want to pay attention to your high up time frames because they're more powerful, and your lower down time frames will give you the nitty gritty of what's going on. But your high up time frames, your daily, your weekly, your monthly will give you the full picture. And the full picture on the weekly is not great. It's looking bearish, and that's the way it is. I'm going to come out of this. Okay. So we're down to the 4H. To round this up and give you guys a chance to ask your questions, if there are any questions, that is, what we need to be looking out for. I'm going to zoom in again. First, I'm going to zoom in again. Nope, I don't want that. Let's come out of that. You need to also pay attention to your watch lists. Any good trader always has his watch list, and that gives you a picture of what's going on. You know, all you need to do is look at your watch list and you can see the general state of the market. Okay. So here we're still on our 4H. So let me look at the 1H. Let's see what's going on with the 1H. That's the hourly time frame. Let's see if we can pick up. Of course, you go further down on your time frames and you see better what exactly is going on. Okay, so these candlesticks are now hourly, and at the end of the day, guys, pretty much all our time frames, price action of Bitcoin is underneath the moving averages. Again, that is bearish, but the big question, I like to call it the $10 billion question, whatever the price cap of Bitcoin is, I mean, we see a doji forming here. Doji shows indecision. The $10 billion question, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, is how long are we going to be in this downtrend, and when are we going to get that reversal? If anybody, if any one of you out there know answers to those two questions, just put it in the chat box. I'll be interested in knowing. Let me know if you're holding Bitcoin. Yes, you're holding Bitcoin. No, you don't deal with Bitcoin. Right. So predictions. Tony Best says to check on Carl the Moon. He's good at predictions. Yes, it is possible to make predictions on a short term scale. It's possible to make short-term predictions, but the overall prediction of right now, Bitcoin is at half the price it was just a few months ago when it hit that all-time high of 65,000. The question is, I can predict that Bitcoin is going to 100K, and I've been saying that since last year. By the end of this year, Bitcoin is not going to still be 30K, guys. So like I said, this is the time to buy. And so that is okay. But the prediction I'm looking at is how long are we in this bear market? That's what we need. And if you know anybody who can tell me that, then let me know. So someone who can say, it's, you know, in 2 days we're done and the trend is going to be reversed. In 1 week, in 1 month, that's the prediction I'm saying. Is hard for anybody to give, but I can predict too that, yeah, Bitcoin, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I think the first time I bought Bitcoin in 2017, the price was between 7,000 and 8,000, the summer of 2017. Yeah, so if we compare 7,000 to 30,000, that's pretty bullish. And so the same way it moved in the space of, okay, that's 4 years to move from 7K to 30K. Also, definitely in the next 4 years, it's going to move, guys. So yeah, let's know. But that's pretty much all I have really as far as trying to figure out whether to buy or not to buy. And so the answer to that question is buy. Buy. What have you got to lose? If you have spare cash, buy. And it's not just Bitcoin, mind you, because if I look on my watch list, I'll show you my watch list. If I look on my watch list, Okay. So some of these coins I'm holding, some of them I'm just looking at and keeping an eye on them. We can see the general prognosis it's all red. Apart from a couple of these coins, and you know, if we wake up tomorrow and everything's looking green, then that is good, because it's the green that's going to get us away from this 50% fib level. Again, bear in mind the 50% fib level is a very important level, because we break below it, it's goodbye Bitcoin for a while. And then the next level we'll be looking at getting to will be about this $24,000 level. So if you buy at this level, 30K, and you keep on buying at 28, 26, 24, by the time Bitcoin goes back to beyond 40K, to 40K and beyond, you'll be glad I told you. I'm about to say you'll be glad I told you to buy, but I can't tell you to do anything. I can only tell you what I'm doing. Let me say that again. You'll be glad I told you I'm buying. So I can only speak for myself. And that's it. The weekly is not looking too great. It is what it is for now. So let me know what you think. Sky, how are you? The Carl is a moon boy. He will predict for the short time only. Long term, he says 1 million, and always Carl is changing his mind in the tweet. just for clicks. Well, see, so that's the thing. And again, in all fairness to him, I mean, it takes being really brave to attempt to predict what Bitcoin wants to do in the long term. What it wants to do in the short term, if I look at this and I look at my daily, I will know better by the end of this candlestick what Bitcoin is planning to do. If this candlestick can close above the 50 fib, I'll be able to predict a short-term reversal. But if this candlestick continues its downward trajectory, and the prediction is obvious. We're looking forward to more dumping, and then we can look at Bitcoin in the 20s, hoping that this level, the 61.8 fib at $24,000, that level will support price action dumping further than what it has dumped already. Let me know some of the coins that you are buying. I've told you some of the coins I'm buying right now. Oh, and with that in mind, I've put in the chat box a link to one of my exchanges. And I actually like, I use it. I won't really call it an exchange. It's more a wallet, and it's Voyager. And if you keep you've sold and you keep your money in USDC, you can get up to 9% interest on your money. Now, if you do the math, that's a decent profit, really. So, of course, how much you get out of that would depend on how much you keep in USDC, but that's just an aside. I'm keeping some of my investment in USDC. Of course, also, I have to mention it here, you got to make sure, at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is just a riskier investment, period. Stocks are risky. Cryptocurrency is riskier. It's the way it is. And one of the way I'm spreading my risk is by not keeping all my eggs in one basket. You know, it's very important that you're not keeping all your funds on one exchange. Certainly, don't keep your funds on centralized exchanges. Why would you do that? Keep what you're trading with, what you want to trade with on those exchanges. As a newbie, I did that. I didn't know much of I didn't know what was what, to be honest. But now I am a little more seasoned, and now I know how to protect my investment a little better. And yeah, I have my money, I have my cryptos across quite a few wallets. Voyager is one of them, and I think I did a live stream on Celsius as well. So yeah, if you are going to open a Voyager account, use my referral. hit the like button. And it's already past the half hour. And to be honest, Tony Best says, I think Bitcoin is likely going to hit 25K, probably before a bull run. Wyckoff is still in play, I guess. Yeah. The knowledge is power, they say. So just having an understanding that Bitcoin could hit the 20s is power. Now you can use it in your favor. If you don't know how to short, I'm not a great shorter, but I will trade futures and I will short every now and then. This might be a good time to learn how to trade futures so you can short. You can win and you can lose. It's just every game has its rules, so you have to learn the rules of trading futures as well. But knowledge is power. Let's use that knowledge in our favor. So for me, I'm buying some more. My futures, I'm shorting, just keeping it kind of short, sharp, and sweet. I'm kind of more scalping these days. Let's call it that, because you just don't know with all this volatility what's going to happen in the next hour. So scalping could be the way forward for now, where you're in a trade for a very short period of time. You get your profits and you jump out of it. Well, I hope this has been useful to you. If it has been, hit that like button, share with your friends and family. Let me know what you feel in the comment box. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will be here same time, same place next week with the hope that we have a better prognosis on what Bitcoin is planning to do. It's been great being with you guys, and I shall see you next week. Happy trading.